another tutorial. So today's tutorial, we'll be making the gown on the thumbnail. So it's a Kaftan cowl gown with pleats. So the pleated part of this gown, we are going to see how that is achieved. So if you are drafting this particular gown, this is how to go about it. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to highlight the vertical measurements we need. So we don't need much. All we need here is our waist and the hip, then the full length. So that is what we need. So once you have gotten your waistline, your hip line, then the full length of this gown, then we can proceed with the tutorial. So next is our neckline. So I'll just go ahead and mark out my natural neckline. So our natural neckline is always the starting neckline. The starting neckline. So I'm going to take the measurement of my shoulder. From the center front, I take my shoulder measurements, and from that point I'm going to take the measurement of this blouse. So from my shoulder line, I'm going to take the length of from that point I will take 18 inches. So this is a small scale. I'll just put my 18 inches from shoulder. So it depends on how long you want the gown to be. Then I'm going to measure my hip circumference. Okay, my hip circumference, I'm going to divide it by 4, and I'll mark. I'll also bring it down on the hem line, and I'm going to mark a straight line before connecting the cowl and the pleats. So this is the waist and this is the hip. So now I've marked out my waistline. So coming over my hip line, sorry. So coming over to the length of this dress, I'll just come down by 1.5 and connect it straight from there to form the slant line. Okay, so the next thing we want to start doing, this is my hip circumference divided by 4, but if you can see this dress, you can see it's actually very maxi. So I will bring down what I have on this line to my hem and find the midpoint of it. So from here I'll divide by 2. So that will be what the length of this gown is going to be. So I'm going to make a straight line to get to the hip. So once it has gotten to the hip line, then I'm going to connect it this way. I'll connect it this way. You can freehand it as well. Okay, so that is how that dress. So the opening of your sleeve will be at 5 inches where you pass your hands. So the most important thing we want to make now, we are talking about this hip line. So the hip line pleats, how they are being achieved. So I'm going to extend my line here, and we are going to make slash and spread pleats. So this slash and spread pleats, I'll just cut on the center front. Remember, center front is just going to be 2 pieces. It's not going to be on fold. Okay, as we have it there on the thumbnail, it's not on fold. So for the neckline is by choice. I can just do at this point, so you know where you want your neckline to be. Then I'll just come out by 1 inch and connect. So you can measure where you want your neckline. So what we have there is a V neckline, and I'm trying to replicate the V neckline. So I'm going to cut now. So we have the shape of this pattern before transferring to fabric. So I'll just come over here and take it here like that. So for the waistline, there are pleats on the waistline. So this is what you do. You slash and you spread that part to form how many pleats you want. So I call this 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to completely open up here, so I'll be able to slash and spread and form my pleats. But please, there's something we have not done on this dress, and that thing we have not done on this dress is the shaping of this dress. So the shaping of this dress, if this is your hip and this is your knee line, you can go up from your knee line by 3 inches and shape. So this is how I'm going to connect it. Okay, so if you look at the thumbnail, you can see the shape of that gown is curving to above the knee. So I'll take this off. Okay, so this is the gown. So I'm going to bring in my pepper now, and we're going to slash and spread. We are slashing, we are spreading, starting from this line. So I'll cut into, in fact we are cutting out completely to form, it depends on how many pleats you actually want to form. So I'm going to make my pleats. So I'll come in with my adhesive. So for the first slash and spread, I'll just spread that. I'm going to spread at, it depends on how you want your pleats to be actually. So I might spread at, let me say 3 inches, so I can pleat in 1.5, or you can increase your pleat if you feel this will be small. Okay, then I'll put another 3 inches and bring in my number 2. So make sure it aligns, your slash and spread aligns, and you measure another 3 inches and bring in a final one. So this is my 3 inches, and I bring in the final one, as you can see. So I'll just go ahead and cut the shape. This is the center front. I will go in this way. So another thing is we also have some pleats on the upper part of this dress. I'm slashing and spreading the down part. So the next I want to slash and spread is the upper piece. So the upper piece does not have too much pleat like the down part has, so I can just make 2 lines for it. So these 2 lines, I'll just take them at interval of 3 inches. And the slash and spread, I'm not cutting off completely. I'll just go this way and go this way. So once I've done that, I'll just cut for the upper parts. Okay, So I'll come back. For the upper part, I have 4 and 5. So this is what I will do. Since I still have my paper there, I'll just open up a little, just a little pleats that we have right there. Just a little pleats. You can do 2 inches for that one. So coming to the cutting, I'm going to cut from here into here, okay, and from here, this is the neckline, this is the shoulder seam line, and that is how this pattern is going to look like. So if you want right here and there, you can go ahead and reshape your pattern. So you are free to reshape, so it gives you that look. So I'll just reshape. Okay, so it's time for us to start pleating. This is the center front, and the pleats came to the center front. So you can go ahead and pleating at this edge. So the brown part is the part that will pleat in. Once it pleats in, you will not see it. Okay, so this one comes in. Okay, so after cutting on your fabric, make notches for your pleating. So this is what we have for this. So simply you go in and stitch on top of it. Okay, you can see the pleat. So please, the reshaping has to be done after we are done, okay, pleating it on the paper. Please don't reshape that way, as you might have shortage. So please make sure you have that reshape. So I'm reshaping it now as I have pleated it in, because that is the shape it's going to give at the end of the day. So I've pleated that part in, and this, like I said, is just a little pleats. So you can see it's not much. So this one comes in this way, this one comes in this way, and you stitch, you add your seam allowances. So you're going to add your seam allowances and turn it this way, can you see, and sew. Okay, so by the time you turn it and sew, you have that dress the way it is. So you are cutting 2 times of this. Then for the back, you are also going to repeat the same process, but this pattern, the back neckline will be high and the down will be straight. That is the only difference, but you are repeating exactly what I did here for the back. So that is how to go about it. So when you are going to cut, this is how you are going to cut. Can you see? This is what you are going to cut on your fabric. This is the way you just bring in your fabric, add your 0.5 seam allowance, okay, like this. So by the time we have the pleat goes in for you. Or better still, you can also make up the paper and forget about the pleats, so you don't have undulations here. So that is how I come to the end of this tutorial, and I believe this class is helpful to you. So note that the sleeve will be on this at 5 inches. So from here to here, 5 inches. So once you have put the other one together, you just sew this way and add your seam allowances here and sew. So that is how we come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for coming, and see you in the next class.